Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Credit Plug channel where we talk about how to build credit, how to establish relationships with banks and financial institutions, and how to get you access to high limit credit funding. If you came across our channel and you like the content that we put out, we definitely welcome you to subscribe. We try to post videos on a weekly basis on a variety of different credit and credit related topics. So if that's something that you like to hear, definitely consider subscribing. If not, you could always just like, share, or just comment right down below in the comment section. So today I have a special video for you guys. But before I get into that, I just wanted to thank all the support and emails that we got on the recent video we did on FCU of Maryland. I didn't expect the amount of referrals that came in. And so I'm actually limited to 10. So luckily, there were about maybe 3 or 4 people who came forward to assist with getting referrals out. So the limit is 10 referrals per month. So unfortunately, there are still some subscribers who reached out who haven't gotten that referral yet. So if you've already joined and you want to make an easy $25 per referral, then email me info@creditplug.com so we can get the rest of those referrals out to all the people who need them. So for today's video, I have another special credit union and specifically a credit card review. Now, the credit union that I'm going to be reviewing today is AOD FCU, and that stands for Anniston Ordnance Depot Federal Credit Union. And I know a lot of you have probably never heard of it. I never heard of it either until a couple days ago. There's been a lot of buzz about this particular credit union, so I had to see what it was all about. And the reason why this particular credit union is special is because they have one of the, people consider it like a unicorn type of credit card. So the credit card that they offer, it's a Visa signature, and it offers 3% unlimited cash back on all purchases. So the thing that's really unique about that is, of course, there's 3-4% on specific spend categories, but there's nothing, at least from my knowledge, where it's unlimited 3% on all categories, with the exception of like cash advance type of purchases and stuff like that, money orders. Those types of things don't qualify, but it's very rare that there's a credit card issuer that just offers 3% flat. So that is what's been causing a lot of buzz. I've come across it on a couple of different message boards, my FICO. There's a lot of information on this particular credit union, so I had to see what it was all about. So AOD FCU is based out of Alabama, and Anniston Ordnance Depot. So there's a military depot that's right near it, and it's basically where they do like like build and repair like tanks and things like that, other military types of activities. I'm not 100% sure, but AODFCU has been around since about 1950, and again, they're very military friendly. So if you think of Navy Federal or like Andrews, they're really geared towards military. But AOD really is they're really about empowering the community around them. Now, to join AOD FCU, there's a couple very limited ways that you can get in. One is, usually they have a list of employers that they've partnered with. So if you're part of one of those local companies that they partnered with, then you're able to join. You could also join AUSA, which is the Association of the United States Army. That is about it costs about $40 for a 2-year membership, but once you have that initial membership, you can join AODFCU. And then you could also join NEABA, which is the Northeast Alabama Bike Association $50 to join that organization. Other than that, there aren't very, many organizations where you can just join. Most of the ways to join is through like an existing employee group, or if you're part of the local area. They do have another one, Anniston Bridge Association, but I didn't really find too much on their website in terms of how to join. But anyways, to get back to this Visa Signature, this 3% unlimited cashback. From some of the data points that I've gathered, people are getting, because remember the Visa Signature is going to start at a minimum of 5,000, but some of the limits that people are getting, 25, 20,000, 10, 15,000. So if you do get approved for that, it's going to be rest assured it's going to be more than 5,000 for that approval. And also, one of the caveats too, before everyone just goes and floods the application, they do a hard pull for membership. Now they pull Equifax, and the reason why I know that is because I actually applied for membership, and I didn't know this going in. So I guess for those of you who are very cautious about your inquiries, I mean I am too, but just know that there is a hard pull for membership. So that's just one thing to be aware of. So if you do decide to join, then it probably makes most sense to also apply for that Visa Signature at the same time. I did speak, so when I went through the process, after I completed the whole process, so I did join AUSA, and just before doing the application's pretty easy. What'll happen is, so it's a small bank. They only have about I think 350 million in deposits or assets under management. So they're not like a huge, Navy Federal or anything like that. They're a small local credit union. So, it's not the process isn't as automated as as a lot of other bank applications are. So how the process looks, you go through, you put in your basic information. They ask you who your employer is. You enter, how much your monthly gross income is. Let's see what else. Yeah, just like basic information. And if you could also, it's kind of similar to like FCU, where it's a minimum $10 savings account to open it to become a member. So kind of, that savings would be locked, but you have the option of adding on different products as well during the application process. So you could add a checking account. They do have a checking account that's no minimum monthly balance, and no monthly maintenance fees. So that might be one thing to look into. But yeah, you could add like CD savings, and then you could also add credit cards too. So the reason why I didn't add the credit card initially, because I wanted to just become a member and then eventually apply. But after I found out that there's they do an inquiry, and I didn't find this out until after I hit the submit button, and they said the application's pending. Then immediately after that, I get a Credit Karma alert that I had an inquiry on Equifax. So that was something that was unexpected, especially because, believe it or not, I have not applied for any credit in 2020 as of yet. So I don't have any inquiries from this year. So that was the first one that I've got for this year. My last inquiry was November of 2019. So I've been in the garden faithfully. So I was a little surprised when I did get that inquiry. But at that point, then I was like, oh, okay, well, if I'm going to get this inquiry anyways, I might as well have applied to the Visa Signature, which was my ultimate goal to begin with. And another thing too that I would just caution people, Visa Signatures are usually going to be the top of the line credit product at most banks and credit unions. So, you'd probably be best suited for success in getting approved if, you've limited your applications up to a certain point before applying, and then just understanding where you stand in terms of your credit score and your credit profile. So if you have rebuilding credit, then it's probably not a good idea to go for the Visa Signature, because the credit criteria is going to be a lot higher than some of the other products. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But anyways, after I submitted the application, I got the inquiry, and then probably 45 minutes later, I got a follow-up email from one of the customer service representatives, and they actually wanted to do conference. They sent an email with a list of things in terms of identity, verification. So one of them were, they wanted to see front and back of your driver's license or ID. They wanted a picture of you, so they literally said like a selfie, and then also a picture of your social security card, as well as a recent piece of mail that shows your current address. So those 4 or 5 things it's what's required to continue on with your application. Now, since I applied on Friday, I'm not going to get a follow back until they said Monday or Tuesday. And another reason why is because this 3% cashback card just came out maybe 3 weeks ago. So after this, became aware to a lot of people on my FICO, they've been inundated with a lot of applications. So if you do apply, just know that it's not going to be, generally like, an automatic approval in terms of like getting your membership verified and your application approved. In fact, there are data points where people were actually approved for the credit card before their membership was actually verified, because it took a couple hours to verify. So just keep that in mind. So if you apply, it's probably best to do it like in the beginning of the week, because at least they can then follow back up with you either that day or the next business day. So, but if you apply like on a Friday, like I did, they're not going to follow up with you until Monday in terms of just getting your membership application complete. So I then asked the customer service. So I did call them up too and was able to get someone on the line. And then, I explained the situation that, I got this hard pull, and, I didn't realize that I was going to get hard pulled. If that were the case, I would have applied for the credit card during the membership app, during that process. And the representative told me that they should be able to use the same hard pull, for next week when I do apply for the credit card. So we'll see if that's true or not. Hopefully, it is the same hard pull. If not, then, I don't know if it's worth another hard pull right now, but hopefully it's just one hard pull and they could use that same one instead of taking on 2. But yeah, overall, like, this is the hottest card in the street right now, the AOD FCU Visa Signature 3% unlimited cash back. If you're someone with a high credit score and you've been holding out on applications, I think this is definitely something to go after, because something like this, especially at a smaller bank with not as many assets, this type of deal is probably not going to last that long, especially since a lot of people are starting to catch wind of it. So I would say you probably have a very limited window. And one of the great things about a 3% unlimited cash back, even in certain situations, for example, like let's say if you're using plastic or one of these other merchants that charge 2.5 to 3%. Some merchants might charge like 2.5%. So if you have a 3% unlimited card, you're still coming out slightly ahead. So that's something that's uncommon. The only other card that was kind of close is the Alliant Visa, which offered 2.5% cash back in the first year, and then I think it goes down to like 2% unlimited cash back. But yeah, 3%, that's unprecedented, especially unlimited on all purchases. So Definitely check it out. I still have some data to collect on this particular institution, but yeah, before you do that, just remember they will hard pull your Equifax. And here's another thing too: if you have some of your credit bureaus frozen, for example, if you have like, I know some people have like their Sage Stream frozen, and other types of, their LexisNexis, etc. Some credit unions will, basically deny your membership application if you have some of these, other credit bureaus frozen. So just keep that in mind. I did get some feedback from FCU where people had their Sage Stream frozen and they couldn't complete their application. So that's all I wanted to share for this video. If you're interested in how to build primary accounts, email me info@creditplug. Until next time, y'all take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.